Researchers identified 7 hidden signs that may indicate insulin resistance, signs that 90% of people overlook until it's affecting their health. If you've been experiencing unexplained fatigue, cravings, or weight gain, this evidence-based information may help you understand what's happening in your body. I'm going to walk you through each of these signs, explain the science behind them, and share what research suggests you can do to support your insulin sensitivity naturally. Does this sound like something you need to hear? Comment checking below so I know you're following along with this important health information. Let's start with the most overlooked sign. Studies show that many people with developing insulin resistance experience what researchers call reactive hypoglycemia. This means your blood sugar drops significantly 2 to 4 hours after eating, especially after meals high in refined carbohydrates. You might feel shaky, irritable, or desperately craving something sweet. Clinical research indicates this happens because your body overproduces insulin in response to food, then your blood sugar crashes. The second hidden sign involves your energy patterns. Medical studies suggest that people with insulin resistance often experience an afternoon energy crash between 2 and 4 p.m. Regardless of how much sleep they got the night before, this isn't just being tired, it's a specific type of fatigue where you feel like you could fall asleep sitting up. Research shows this occurs because your cells aren't efficiently using glucose for energy. Sign number 3 is something most people attribute to getting older: difficulty losing weight, especially around your midsection. Published research demonstrates that insulin resistance makes your body store fat more easily, particularly visceral fat around your organs. Even with diet and exercise, the weight seems stuck. Evidence suggests this happens because high insulin levels signal your body to store rather than burn fat. If you're finding this information helpful, and you want more evidence-based health content like this, hit that subscribe button. I share new research-backed approaches to metabolic health every week, and this type of early detection information could make a significant difference in your long-term wellness. The fourth sign involves your skin. Clinical trials have found that insulin resistance can cause a condition called acanthosis nigricans, dark, velvety patches of skin, usually in body folds like your neck, armpits, or groin. Research indicates this happens because excess insulin promotes skin cell growth. While not dangerous, it's often one of the earliest visible signs that your insulin sensitivity may need support. Sign number 5 affects your cravings. Studies suggest that people with insulin resistance experience intense cravings for carbohydrates and sweets, especially in the evening. This isn't a lack of willpower. Medical research shows that when your cells become resistant to insulin, they send hunger signals to your brain, particularly for quick energy foods. Evidence indicates these cravings often get worse after eating, which seems counterintuitive but is actually a metabolic response. Here's where many people start to connect the dots with their own experience. The sixth sign involves sleep quality. Research has found a bidirectional relationship between insulin resistance and sleep problems. You might have trouble falling asleep, wake up frequently, or wake up feeling unrefreshed even after 7 to 8 hours. Clinical evidence suggests that insulin resistance affects hormones that regulate your sleep-wake cycle. We're halfway through this important information. And if you're recognizing these patterns in yourself, let me know with a quick comment. Now here's where most people make the biggest mistake. They ignore the seventh sign because it seems unrelated to blood sugar. The final hidden sign affects your blood pressure and heart health. Medical studies demonstrate that insulin resistance often appears years before diabetes, and it frequently comes with slightly elevated blood pressure. Research shows this happens because excess insulin affects your blood vessels and kidney function. You might have blood pressure readings that are higher than they used to be, but not quite high enough for your doctor to be concerned. So what does the research suggest you can do to support your insulin sensitivity? Evidence-based approaches include regular physical activity, particularly resistance training, which studies show can improve how your muscles use glucose. Clinical trials have also found that certain dietary patterns, like reducing refined carbohydrates and increasing fiber intake, may help support healthy insulin function. Sleep optimization is crucial. Research indicates that even one night of poor sleep can temporarily worsen insulin sensitivity. Studies suggest aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep and maintaining consistent sleep times may support metabolic health. Stress management also plays a role. Published research shows that chronic stress elevates cortisol, which can interfere with insulin function. Evidence suggests that stress reduction techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or regular physical activity may help support healthy stress hormone levels. Here's something important. These approaches work best when used alongside proper medical care. While lifestyle modifications have strong research support for improving insulin sensitivity, if you're experiencing multiple signs we discussed, it's worth talking to your healthcare provider about checking your fasting glucose, insulin levels, or hemoglobin A1C. The good news is that insulin resistance in its early stages is very responsive to lifestyle interventions. Research consistently shows that people who address these signs early often see significant improvements in their energy, weight management, and overall metabolic health over time. Comment ready if you're going to pay attention to these signs and consider the evidence-based approaches we discussed. And in my next video, I'll reveal the specific foods that research shows may help support insulin sensitivity, including one common breakfast mistake that could be making insulin resistance worse, even if you think you're eating healthy. This content is for educational purposes only. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your treatment. Individual results may vary.